Good morning, America. Lose tea. Lose your memory. Purchase. Tea party at its worst. A video spoken by Rainer Genal, based on the Trump administration words that are now flagged and considered woke, as President Trump seeks to purge the federal government of woke initiatives. Agencies have flagged hundreds of words to limit or avoid, according to a compilation of government documents. Accessible, activism, activists, advocacy, advocate, advocates, affirming care, all inclusive, allyship, anti-racism, anti-racist, assigned at birth, assigned female at birth, assigned male at birth, at risk, barrier, barriers, belong, bias, biased, biased toward, biases, biases towards, biologically female, biologically male, bebop, black, breastfeed and people, breastfeed and person, chest feed and people, chest feed and person, clean energy, climate crisis, climate science, commercial sex worker, community diversity, community equity, confirmation bias, cultural competence, cultural difference, cultural heritage, cultural sensitivity, culturally appropriate, culturally responsive, DEI, DEIA, DEIAB, DEIJ, disabilities, disability, discriminator, discrimination, discriminatory, disparity, diverse, diverse backgrounds, diverse communities, diverse community, diverse group, diverse groups, diversify, 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 diversity, enhance the diversity, enhancing diversity, environmental quality, equal opportunity, equality, equitable, equitableness, equity, ethnicity, excluded, exclusion, expression, female, females, feminism, fostering inclusivity, GBV, gender, gender-based violence, gender diversity, gender identity, gender ideology, gender affirming care, genders, Gulf of Mexico, hate speech, health disparity, health equity, Hispanic minority, historical identity, immigrations, immigrants, implicit bias, implicit biases, inclusion, inclusive leadership, inclusiveness, inclusivity, increased diversity, indigenous community, inequalities, inequality, inequitable, inequities, inequity, injustice, institutional, intersectionality, key groups, key people, key populations, Latinx, LGBTQ, marginalized, men who have sex with men, mental health, minorities, minority, most risk, MSM, multicultural, MX, Native American, non-binary, non-binary, oppression, oppressive, orientation, people plus uterus, people-centered care, person-centered care, polarization, political, pollution, pregnant people, pregnant person, pregnant persons, prejudice, privilege, privileges, promote diversity, promoting diversity, pronoun, pronouns, prostitute, race, race and ethnicity, racial, racial diversity, racial identity, racial inequality, racial justice, racially, racism, segregation, sense of belonging, sex, sexual preferences, sexuality, social justice, socio-cultural, socio-economic, status, stereotype, stereotypes, systemic, systemically, they, them, trans, transgender, transsexual, trauma, traumatic, tribal, unconscious, bias, underappreciated, underprivileged, underrepresentation, underrepresented, underserved, undervalued, victim, victims, vulnerable populations, women, women and underrepresented. Notes. Some terms listed with a plus sign represent combination of words that when used together acknowledges transgender people, which is not in keeping with the current federal government's position of the USA that they are only two immutable sexes. Any term collected above was included on at least one agency's list, which does not necessarily imply that other agencies are also discouraged from using it. A video spoken by me, an artist, fashion designer, filmmaker, and New York City. Thank you so much for listening it. For peace and intersectionality and the fact that the planet is big enough so we can all live without bullying each other or effacing each other, in the words of Frantz Fanon from The Wretch of the Earth. Thank you.